TLC.
It is a piece of pale ivory linen with various slightly darker markings. Is it really the image of Jesus Christ moments after his crucifixion, as many believe? Are the stains really his blood? Well-publicized carbon dating tests say no. Rather, that this 14-foot length of cloth is a very clever medieval forgery. But recent information has raised serious doubts about the accuracy of the carbon dating. Scientists are again pressing their attention to the old question: is this an image of the crucified Jesus? Modern technology has opened up new avenues in pursuit of the Shroud.
Jesus was the most illustrated person in history, but the Bible never said what he looked like. How do we know? How do we know he had a beard? How do we know he had long hair? Where did artists get their imagery from?
Art historian Jack Reilly has made a study of the face of Jesus in painting. Is there a common source for this image we all know so well? Artists over the centuries have stayed within certain parameters that allow us to recognize the man as Jesus. The search for that prototype has taken researchers back to the first centuries following Jesus' death.
How would an artist get from this image to this image, where we have the beard, no beard, the hair falling down, parted in the middle on both sides? Not here. This Jesus looks like a Roman god. He's painted in a youthful manner, doesn't have the same characteristics. The question is, what's missing? In the 1930s, French researcher Paul Vignon noted numerous markings on the paintings that have been done of Jesus Christ for many years. These came to be known as the Vignon markings. Let's take a look at some of them. First of all, notice this line transversing across the forehead of Christ. And look at this, a geometric three-sided square on the bridge of the nose. Also, another triangle right here on the nose, an elongated nose that is indicative of numerous paintings of Christ from the period.
Scholars have identified the owl-like eyes, the elongated nose, and the rest of Vignon's markings on the shroud. Was the shroud the model in the first place?
Here we have some reproductions of some 11th and 12th century paintings in which you'll notice these geometric markings. First of all, right here between the nose, you see that strange geometric U-shaped three-sided square. The owl-like eyes. The elongated nose is a characteristic. Notice the two long strands of hair hanging down on the forehead. On all four of these images, all four, you see the wisps of hair. Not one strand, but you actually have two strands of hair. All of these markings, all of these congruent points lead me to believe that something influenced these artists.
Is there any record of the shroud in the earliest years right after the death of Jesus? According to legend, a king in nearby Edessa fell gravely ill and called for the Jewish healer. Jesus has already died, but a cloth bearing his image is delivered to the king. King Abgar is immediately healed, and the miraculous cloth becomes known as the Mandylion. The Mandylion is venerated throughout the Middle East as the image of Christ, and the city of Edessa becomes a center for Christianity.
Mandylion is a word that means little towel. On this little towel was the face of Jesus. painted on a stylized background and usually shown framed.
You like this TLC show? Now you can own it. Call 1-800-636-8324 and start an adventure for your mind.